What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We can loosen up now. Yeah.
Can I get a lighthearted year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and jazzy.
Boom.
So this is super awesome. Again, shout out to Neff, creator of Spotlight series. Shout out to Amory. We're in his wonderful space, TuneWorks. You know, black businesses on the rise, y'all. And even my business, Sneakvibing. So I love interviewing and getting to learn about artists and stuff. So we're happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. How are you feeling, Auragino?
I feel amazing. I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be here. Y'all got me feeling special. Y'all filling up the spot and coming to see me do my thing. I feel great.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I'm not gonna delay it any further. Um, so my interest, first of all, you kind of have a mystique around you a little bit. I don't know if it's maybe people closer to you who feel like they know you more, but I
I
feel
hear that
like
sometimes.
yeah, I feel like there's kind of a mystique around you. Like I would hear about you, I would see you places, and then I really didn't get an introduction to you until you dropped Soul of the Streets Volume 1 2020. That was like my introduction to you. And it
You know
was
that.
really interesting. But then when we knew we were going to have this interview, you sent me your 2015 project, From a Boy to a Man.
Yeah.
And that kind of there's similar themes going on. So I kind of want to get your origin story because you talk about um, running with Cooley High, Ooze Gang. You know, they always get mentioned because they've been a
My
space for a
brothers.
lot
My
of
brothers.
yeah, a lot of artists to kind of grow. So I kind of want to get your origin story first before we go into that 2015 project.
Well, first of all, I'm born and raised in Buffalo, Buffalo, New York. Um, love my city. This city made me who I am. Grew up with my mom and pops. They split up when I was young. Divorce was kind of rough for me. Made me kind of lash out as a kid. I feel like you young as a boy, like when you respond to emotional trauma, it's usually in a violent way or like just
Mm-hmm.
disruptive type of way. So I went through that when I was real young. Then just to get background on the beginning, but as a adolescent, I love basketball. Basketball was my heart and passion. First time I seen a ball bounce, I knew like I was. It was every day
Yeah.
for me. Was in basketball leagues all the time. When I went from grammar school into high school, um, at the time I was making my choice to go to high school. I was trying to go to McKinley. Ended up going to Canisius High School. I did not want to go to Canisius High School. I grew up on the
Really?
east side. I grew up
Uh,
like Hewitt Bailey area.
mm-hmm.
Um, so it was a culture shock for me going to an all boys school and predominantly white. It was just a big culture shock for me. I was
Mm-hmm.
not trying to go there. I was trying to fail the test on purpose, and I passed. My
Wow.
mom was like, my mom, she is stickler for school, and I was like, are you going to this school? So I went there. At this time, still like ball is life. At this time, like
Mm-hmm.
I was a hooper. That's how I gained a lot of my friendships through basketball. A lot of my connections, like me and Biz, Uptown Chase,
Mm-hmm.
the one who makes the cafe hats, one of the biggest hats in the world right now. We grew up from playing basketball, knowing each other since we was 14, going to summer camps together. Started out hooping with Tone before we even was doing music together. Tony Boy,
Wow.
when it was Cooley High, and that's how we just things just started like coming together like a spider web, so to speak, with artists in the town through
Yeah.
sports, like and from my perspective. So that's how it started, like the connections before the music even started. Um, I don't want to talk too long before getting into Boy to a Man, but I just wanted to basically like the basketball was a start, and um, at the end of high school, um, I went through a major back surgery. I had scoliosis as a child, so that like killed all my sports dreams. I had to. I was like scheduled to get reconstructive back surgery immediately after graduating from high school, which also put a delay on me going right to college because it was a year recovery on my back surgery. So it was a lot to go through. I didn't get to. I was, you know, you get excited about to go to college, and like everybody starting college, I'm at home in a bed learning how to walk again. Like I went through. That was the first time I went through a real deep depression. First time feeling like, man, I don't want to live. Like I can't hoop. I don't know who I am no more. But I also thank God for that experience because it taught me. It made me a soldier. It made me like I went through some of the worst physical pain anybody could endure. My brother watched me like it took me. I remember only being able to lean forward an inch without feeling like my whole back was about to rip. Um, I like I would. It was an accomplishment after 8 months being able to tie my shoes. Like so to be able to like be running around hooping again. I'll be hooping at LA Fitness Delaware. Like I'm to be back at that physical state that I used to be at is a blessing. I thank God. Um, I used it as a motivation for me, and it was a transition point, which brought me to music. I stopped. I wasn't able to hoop as much, and I was a dude freestyling at all the lunch tables all the time. So I just started like taking it a little more serious. So that's how my music began. It was like the end of the hooping, back surgery. I found music.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted you to, because I knew a lot of that because we, exchanged information about that. But the reason why I wanted you to talk about it is because from an early age, there's this intimate relationship you have with pain. And so I feel like to a certain degree, the way you experience pain, you try to communicate that through your music. Because when I listen to the 2015 project, Boy to a Man, almost every song there's a theme of some type of pain. Like shout out to No Label. When I watched your No Label interview, you talk about your parents divorcing, emotional pain. You talk about the reconstructive surgery, physical pain. You talk about the loss of like your hoop dreams, like a mental pain. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what that transition was to like, let me all put it in the music. What was your intention when you did that 2015 project?
Um. Wow, that's a good question. It really the music was therapy for me.
Mm.
The music is where I found my peace, where I found my release. Um, so that was I wasn't able to put it on the court anymore. So I had to place it somewhere. I was placing it too much outside doing knucklehead stuff and being rebellious and whatnot. Um, and the music was a safe place for me to express if I was angry, if I was hurt, feeling vulnerable, whatever it was. I always had an attachment to music that was super real, super authentic, and that just give you chills, so to speak. And I always find a music that like gives somebody chills because it's real when it's like real life and it's authentic and you can relate. It's something that can't be denied.
Yeah. I feel like to a certain degree too, the reason why a lot of people can connect with you is because you do have a connection to the streets. You like gently touch on it, but you talk about like your experience kind of being in the streets, maybe doing things you weren't supposed to. And I think it sounds like that's an important transition from your Boy to a Man record too. Like, I don't
Absolutely,
do this anymore.
absolutely. That was absolutely what it was about. It was me deciding to give up the knucklehead stuff. I was maturing and kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, and thank God for barbering. Barbering. I some people might not know that I've been cutting hair for 12 years,
Mm.
and that having that gift and that field uh kept me busy. You know what I mean? It kept me out of trouble, so to speak. Like I said, when I was younger, I gained a lot of um uh I had a lot of friends. I have friends all over the city, but I'm just known as like the cool dude. Like I I'm mellow. As I stay mellow, wear
Yeah.
yellow. I don't want to get too far off from the question, but you were saying, boy to a man, the transitioning, and uh, it being basically like a stage of me maturing. It was like the death to all the little kid shit.
Mm.
Like, and the video Boy to a Man, that was actually my first debut video, and that was my first time starting to for people to recognize me as Auragino and not the original B-boy.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was my first music name before the transition into Auragino. Actually, yeah, that's where Auragino came from. The first part of my name, the original. I was playing with some ad libs one time, and it's like original, origin, like origin. I'm like, hold on. I started playing with the spelling and stuff, cause I wanted to give up.
Mm.
I needed to transition into something new. I was giving up a certain side of me. I was getting more. I went through what you call like a spiritual awakening.
Mm.
Um, Remember on the time like everybody was like the Illuminati and stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and stop
Yeah.
listening to rap music, it's evil,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
worshiping the devil. Blah, blah, blah. So around that time, I started like, um, for a little minute, it's crazy. So I was like for maybe a week or two, I was on that for like, you know what they is, you know what I'm man, what am I doing? I'm
Mm.
about to get baptized. Da, 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 da. I went through this whole big sanctified thing for a
Yeah. Yeah.
minute, and for a while through that, uh, you ever meet the people that get real judgy when they like
Mm.
that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I almost started noticing I was almost turning into one of those people.
Mm.
And you listen to curse music? Like what you doing, man? We supposed to be out God all the time, man.
Mm.
But I had to get to another place of maturity where I accepted God loves me for me, and I need to be able to find a way to be myself.
Right.
And even if I cuss here and there, God see my heart. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like I had to like let my hair down a little, loosen up, like and show people how I worship God in my way.
Yeah.
And that's through my music, through how I greet people,
Mm-hmm.
how I get up in the morning, how I smile at my daughter. The Boy to a Man was the start of me of my spiritual development, so to speak. I mean, letting go of the old negative ways that was still associated with me.
Yeah. You mentioned the music video. The music video, you had like a whole storyline. It was
It was a
given,
movie.
yeah, it
I
was
try to do movies with all
legit
videos.
given a movie. Like legit given a movie.
Thank you.
Was there, and I think in the storyline, it's like either your cousin or your niece almost like sees you doing something you're not supposed to do. Is that a situation that actually happened or something similar? Is that why you did that?
Just about. It was actually my grandmother.
Wow.
She didn't
Wow.
see me. You know, she didn't know it was me. But that video is like a true story of
Wow.
what I was out
Wow.
here doing a little bit. And thank God I didn't get caught. I had friends that God was just gave me some eye openers around that time to like close friends around me was getting locked up and stuff like that. And I feel like I was one of those like I pay attention when God be tapping me on the shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I can imagine that making you want to like change. Like, dang, I could have hurt someone that I really love.
Definitely.
So, on Boy to a Man, there's a couple tracks you wanted me to listen to. So, listen to like I Swear, what you talking about, kind of picking up the mic and like that transition to music, putting the gun down, things like that. Then, track 4, They Don't Understand. You're kind of like, again, like there's the certain pain and experience you have. A lot of people don't understand it.
Hmm.
And I almost feel like with your music too, it's almost like, you know, I want you to know what I'm going through, but you'll never understand it at the same time. But there's also this feeling of the people around you, close to you, do to a certain degree kind of have to understand, your pain and what you go through. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's as an artist is like you said with the mystique. You know,
Yeah.
don't give too much as an artist, but give your listener room to like give a little mistake and them to guess it and figure out, oh, I got it right. Oh, he was talking about that, or he did mean that, or he did mean this. That's kind of exciting as an artist when you kind of like are a listener trying to, you know, decipher certain things and songs. But for the most part, I'm pretty straightforward in a lot of my.
Yeah.
I don't do too much beating around the bush.
With that project too, music wise, you're kind of, you're rapping and singing. And this is the fun part for me is that I thought you were, singer only. Until I listened to that earlier project, you rapping on it, and I saw like a couple videos you doing ciphers and stuff. I'm like, oh, sure, you can spit too. So that was kind of cool to kind of see those two sides. Do you feel like you're mainly a rapper or mainly a singer, or you just both?
I used to be really conflicted about the two. That was part of me changing my name too. Was like trying to have that acceptance in myself to not be shy to sing more. I always was fond of singing. My dad is a singer. I grew up with my dad singing in church all the time. So like he was be one of the main singers like every Sunday, like to where he pulling me on the stage at the end of church and I'm playing with the drums and stuff at 3 years old. So singing was like my backbone. But I'm the best of both worlds. Yeah. And I feel like I'm so talented at rapping too. I can't stop doing either.
Yeah, that's super dope too. I feel like you can kind of switch back and forth and really hone in on that. Speaking of, inspiration, shout out to the church because they make a lot of amazing artists. But also like in your label interview, you were talking about like your inspirations, and some of them are like D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Chris Brown.
Trying to get comfortable.
Then you had Gucci Mane in there. I was like, okay.
I love Gucci.
Little switch up.
Who don't love Gucci? Wow, is that boy?
He's like one of my favorite problematics. I gotta say, but I definitely like Gucci Mane. He's always a vibe. There's a certain energy he has that you can't take away. But I remember like specifically with like D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Chris Brown, they also kind of have that ability to go back and forth from rapping and singing.
I love them. Like I love music so much. Like I be doing dancing in the house by myself all the time. The music, like I don't know how I felt when Chris Brown Yo came out. Like
yeah.
I was in. Like I was in. Like it was a certain time. Like R&B was like a certain. It was an essence to it, and like D'Angelo. I remember him being the first singer that I heard cuss. Something was so ill about that to me. Like it was like, yo, nobody do that. Like, yo, he crossed the line as a singer. And but he stretched the boundaries of art. And that's what him doing that gave me, like I just reminded myself of him doing that when I was a little scared to sing more. Like man, do what you want, push the envelope, push the boundary.
Those artists too, there's like a certain rawness and street element, to their music too. Like they were able to find that balance where, they represent their people, but they also can like really execute their craft. I feel like that's something that you focus on too. Like that's a theme in your music a lot.
Definitely, because I'm big on just being an overall pure artist. I want to make sure as an artist, like I represent myself to the top, the best of my ability with my presentation, how I'm dressing every day, to how I market myself, to me taking a full year on that logo design, sending it back to the dude over and no, do it again, no, just being extremely meticulous. I guess that's the Virgo in me.
I was just about to say, I heard you were a Virgo.
I'm meticulous.
Everything got to be a certain way.
Yeah, I guess what they be calling these people got OCD and stuff like that. Like, I ain't like that, but I'm.
I mean, Beyonce is a Virgo.
Yeah, it's a lot of great.
I can't complain. A lot of
music artists is Virgos. I think. I ain't gonna get all of the zodiacs. Yeah. Shout out to the Virgos.
Shout out to the Virgos. Cancers too. Shout out. We cry babies, but we get stuff done.
Hey, my girl is Cancer. That's dope. Shout out to Cancers too.
Yeah, Cancer gang. So before we get into your 2020 project, I want to talk about the yellow, like stay mellow, wear yellow thing. Where did that come from? And I have to give you a props too. You're a master at reinvention. Like I feel
Thank you.
like I feel like when I first knew about you, you know, you kind of had the dreads and there was a certain style.
Yeah.
Then you cut it off and you got the glasses now.
Change my name.
You giving smooth
Go
operator
from
vibes.
rapping to singing.
Yeah, yeah. So you know how to like reinvent yourself really well, where people can buy into like you know the new identity or the new you that you're giving. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to stay fresh. Stay yourself, but like if you feel stagnant, man, do something drastic to make yourself change up. Make yourself know that like this time ain't no going back.
Yeah.
Right? Like so like me cutting my hair, it was me kind of making the decision. I was kind of going in a circle in an old relationship, kind of going in a circle, and I'm like, you know what? And I feel like hair got energy. Hair holds energy. I just wanted to like, no, I gotta clear my slate real quick. You need to like, you can't go back now. Like, you gotta go forward with whatever you decide on doing, and ain't no more. It's like cutting the rear view mirror off. Like, just keep driving straight. You made your choice.
It's a whole new vibe. So the yellow thing, where did that come from? Why choose yellow? Why make that a part of your brand?
For a while, I was needing a logo. I'm like, I don't got a logo, so I need a logo. Like I need something, but I want it to be profile. I want it to be simple, sleek, but memorable. And nothing was really coming to me. And one day I went on a trip to New York City with my boys, and it was this yellow jacket and H&M, like a bubble jacket. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to do that, throw that with the yellow sweats. I'm about to go like all yellow outfit real quick, like okay. So I do that. My boys is like ribbing on me hard the whole day. Like,
Really?
You magic school bus looking, you Big Bird, yo Big Bird, Big Bird. Like they going in, highlighter looking at, they going crazy on me. So, but you, if you know when your boy is ribbing on you hard, they like what you got on. That's like hood. It's a little hood secret.
That's a life hack.
If people ribbing on you real hard, like yo, you doing something. They go, oh, what you think you got on today? What you think you is? You know, that type of things. So I know I put something together. I love fashion. I love putting outfits like. So that started that, and we was on walking down. It was like 125th in Harlem. Walking right by Apollo Theater. I'm like, yo, that's where they be telling the artists yes or no. Like, yo, that's crazy. As I'm looking at that, this dude, it was Blue Pill. I don't know if you heard of Blue Pill. He one of like a conscious speaker, spiritual dude. Be speaking out in Harlem. He got a twin brother called Red Pill. But he was like, yo, I know you do music or something. And then like my chest jolted. Like, yo, I'm in the heart of Harlem. Like some of the best music artists that came from here. Like I across from the Apollo Theater, and this dude would say this to me real quick. Like not all the people. I'm like, actually, I do. I just started like, you know what? I'm accepting who I am. Like people starting to see who I am without me saying nothing. And I posted a picture on Instagram. I said I might wear yellow for a month straight. And I got the most likes I ever got. I was sitting on the taxi cab with all yellow. I got the most likes I ever got on Instagram. I was like, yo, I think I'm on to something. Came back home, and I got news that my friend Tapello was killed. Got in a little argument at a pizzeria. Wow. He was walking away, and dude shot him in the back of the head. And when I found out, I had on the all yellow when I was just coming back from the city. And I soaked that whole outfit crying the whole night. And Pello was somebody real close to me. I was a couple years older than him, and he was like somebody that came through the Shack. At the time, the Shack was at its prime, and it was just so many different young people would come through and just kick it with us and build with us. It was a creative hub, and I met Pello there, and we would just kick it. We would kick it a lot on a lot of spiritual knowledge stuff, um,
Mm.
and like third eye open type stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it hit me hard when he passed. And he was such a big fan of my. He was one of my biggest supporters. Always texting me like, "Yo, keep going harder, like 10 times harder, bro. You the illest. Like you sleeping on yourself. Like I'll smack you. You keep sleeping on yourself." Like he's funny. Like I was like, and it was one of the hardest things I went through. And but um, some came to me that day. I was sad, and then I got real dark.
Mm.
I started my old ways wanted to rip out of me.
Mm.
And
Take your time, man.
and I didn't let it. I said, God, is in your hands. There's some I hear God talking through me in my own voice. You gotta shine your light on this dark city.
Mm.
And that's the day I decided yellow is gonna be my color and it's gonna be my brand. Cause this
Wow.
city done caused them. I'm trying to hold it together now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this city I done lost so many people um from violence. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to shine my light for everybody that I lost and be a light on the darkness of this city. And don't it reminds me every day, don't go dark.
Yeah.
That's why I wear yellow every day. Cause I'm
Yeah.
not going dark again. Cause I'm not about to go end up in jail or let my anger get the best of me or
Yeah.
let somebody take me away from my beautiful daughter on that picture over there.
Yeah.
Um
That's a decision of courage,
yeah.
you know. That's I applaud you, you know, for sharing that and being vulnerable. But that's a true decision of courage, really wanting to, you know, wanting to fight, wanting to, you know, like they say, get it back in blood. Like
Yeah,
you was
it's
ready to
tough.
go,
It's
but
tough.
you know,
You know,
making a
it's
decision.
Buffalo. It's Buffalo.
Yeah, that's
We
Buffalo.
tough. Like we, it's
Yeah.
hard to say no when somebody challenge you to. You know, us men, we be prideful. Like what?
Yeah.
We quick. We been through so much.
Yeah.
Like don't test me. You don't know this cop just pulled me over and called me out my name a whole bunch of times and pointed a gun at my face. I thought I was gonna die, and he laughed as he walked back to his car. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know what I've been through today.
Yeah.
Please just stay mellow, wear yellow.
Yeah.
Like,
The
I'm
significance
going
of yellow, though, the
I'm gonna
significance of
shine my
yellow,
light.
yeah, it's a bright color, gets attention very quickly. So the significance of yellow, and I think it's beautiful that that color is kind of in commemoration of your friend. So I think that's beautiful. Shout out to them. I think that's a round of applause for
Rest in
him
peace,
sharing
Pello.
that for
Rest in
real.
peace, Weeze. Rest in
No,
peace,
rest in peace to
Samantha. Rest in
him.
peace, Piggy. And anybody I'm not thinking of right now. Rest in peace to all y'all. I love y'all.
Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I definitely want to focus on, you know, a lot of the newer music you have. I briefly want to touch on
Word.
this though, that shift from 2015 having the Boy to a Man project to then having the Soul of the Streets in 2020. That's like a 5 year difference. Do you feel like that was another
Yes,
transition?
definitely. Um, I had my daughter.
Ah,
Yeah, so that was kind of rough for me trying to like when I was all in on her. So
mm,
it was tough trying to like balance both for a minute.
mm,
And then it was like going through uh issues in my relationship with Aria's mom, and it was just like just trying to get everything straightened out. But like I'm like, nah,
yeah,
I'm gonna get through all this. I don't care how long it take.
yeah.
I'm gonna bounce back, reinvent myself.
Reinvent yourself, yeah. And that makes sense because with that project, the intro track is Father. And I remember I looked up the music video and it's like a lot of celebrity dads, you know, connecting with that daughters, kind of
Yeah,
seeing that positive image of a black father. You know, how important was it to really have that as your like intro song and to kind of share that visual?
it was super important to me. Like um, I pick like singles that mean the most to me,
Mm-hmm.
that like move people. And at the time that I did that song, I did go through a scare, like I was gonna go through some spiteful stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I I didn't go through that. Like I just mom let me see my baby. Like we might have our differences,
Yeah.
but she let me. She don't do nothing spiteful like that. But it was actually my friend was going through something like that at the time, so I was
Mm.
really making the record like for him. And at the same time, I was about to release it. Um, George Floyd was killed,
Mm.
and like I said, I like D'Angelo. D'Angelo got the song Brown Sugar. I ain't know for 15 years almost that he was talking about weed and brown sugar.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking
Wow.
about a girl though. So like I like the the a song that could mean two different things. So
Mm-hmm.
the father, when you watch the father video on YouTube, you'll see the police brutality and all that was dedicated
Mm-hmm.
to George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could use the words in a different way, like the police is taking the father from his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like all I wanna do is see my baby. Like why you wanna like I even some part like even if you hate me, even if you might hate me for the color of my skin, you're trying to keep me from my kid. Like so I just mix a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, another dope track on that project was the Yellow Heart freestyle. You kind of got a
Yeah.
little bit on your bully on that one. You
I did. I
you
got some
you
stuff
went
off
in
my
on
chest.
that
A
one.
lot of people like that record. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it. Sometimes you might go through a breakup and you want to get something off your chest, and you don't really might not be able to do it. Like I try to respectfully do this. Um, I had to like I said, my music be my therapy. So I know my music be um real. So it's like yeah, I had to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
People like
You
oh like
definitely feel that
people
way.
like breakup records and stuff. You know how it be.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I think it was a Drake sample on there. Can't go wrong with that. I
Yeah,
feel like that brought it all
Drake
together.
that Drake album. As soon as I heard that song, I ain't even listen to the rest of the Drake song. I tried to just find the beat and
Mm.
get it. And I listen to a lot of the dude Gary V on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's him
Yeah.
on the interlude.
Yeah. Yeah. That was dope. Now,
Appreciate you.
going into your newest track, which you dropped last year,
Yes.
September, your newest project, Rhythms and Vibes. Now, that project has a totally different vibe. Like it's you still being, I guess, transparent to a certain degree, but there's a lot more like party vibes, a little bit more lighthearted. Did
Yeah,
you go into that project like I want to make something a little bit more?
definitely. Cause I feel like Soul of the Streets was kind of slow, a little dark.
Mm,
Like it was through COVID. People were stuck in the house. You know what I mean?
mm,
Going through, the COVID thing and going through waiting for the little assistance checks and stuff like that. I'm a barber.
mm.
I couldn't cut hair no more.
Oh
I was
man,
broke for a minute. I was down
yeah.
bad. So it was like it was more darker. I was going through everything I was going through. Um still getting over like pillow passing. Like it was
Mm.
all of that. So Soul of the Streets was kind of dark. So um Rhythm and Vibes when I started recording that, shout out to Morrow.
Yeah, shout out Morrow.
One of
He
the
killed
best
on those
producers, not
beats.
just in Buffalo, but one of the best producers that
Yeah,
I've
clap for
ever worked with
Morrow.
in my life. This man would sit down in front of me off a conversation, make exactly the beat that we was talking. Like he know how to take a conversation and make a sound off of it. It's
Mm.
crazy. Shout out to you, my boy. So also shout out to my brother, brother Side Effects, Nelly Nails, that runs No Label Podcast. Um, he also gave me an idea, like, yo, let's do a little short volumes of projects um with just one producer.
Mm.
I said I like that. So that's what how Rhythm and Vibes came about. Also I say yo, I'm that's the thing too. Rhythm and Vibes was also like it was like a statement. It was a stamp, like
Mm.
a start of a lot of a catalog.
Yeah.
And it was the beginning of me showing people how many different rhythms and vibes I can kill a song to. Like
Yeah.
if you notice, all the songs sound a little they're different type of vibes.
You definitely showed your versatility on this project. Like,
That's
believe
exactly what I
it.
was aiming to do.
All of them too. I feel like you could play on the radio too. Like,
Yeah,
believe it kind of
I
has
wanted to
that
make sure
bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it has that bass. Um, Regulator has that like low key gangsta type of feel, but
Yeah, that's what, like
still,
I was back. That's when I was single and I was back getting my money back up.
yeah,
Things are doing good. Like I'm
yeah.
back to being out here, yeah, so to speak.
FaceTime, relatable. I just miss your FaceTime. I'm sorry.
You know,
Everybody can say that once or
that's
use
my
that
little
excuse
commercial
once.
TikTok record.
Yeah, that really could be on TikTok.
You know,
Never know. Somebody might be doing a slide
that's what
to it
I'm.
in a second. Um,
Anybody go? You got TikTok? You know, little cousin to dance. Tell them go make a TikTok to FaceTime tonight.
yeah. But energy really like that too. Writer, both of those kind of give me Afrobeat vibes almost.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Morrow on that. It was giving me
Word is
Caribbean.
Samaro killed the production.
Yeah.
He took the level of my and the value of my music to another level with that project. I'm really excited about that project. And it was right at the end of the end of the summer, so like it was great for like the end of summer off right with those vibes.
Yeah. So now this leading up to you kind of being like your music started out really deep, but now that you're kind of finding your balance and having that deepness, but also having, you know, radio friendly, good
Yeah.
vibe type of music. A larger range of people can relate to it. What is something that you're looking forward in the future, like with your music? Is that your goal
Uh,
moving forward, or do you feel like you're gonna have
I w-
certain phases?
I want to be one of the best artists to ever do it.
Mm,
And I want to show every aspect of that,
yeah.
from how I dress, from how I shoot videos, from how my songs sound, um, down to the track placement, down to the interludes. Um, I want people to understand how much I love this craft, how much time, how much blood, sweat, and tears I put into this craft. I want them to feel the authenticity. Um, and I also, like I said, I'm in a more fun
Yeah.
type of mood. So we're gonna have more fun music. I love to socialize and drink and party with my friends. I love celebrating life because I've been through so many tough times. So it's like
Yeah.
now I'm at the point I'm ready to celebrate life. Like let's enjoy the good times and still make the real songs for the bad times too. But it's time to turn up, and I'm about to show my city that I'm one of the best artists to ever do it. And I'm just getting started. I got so much in store. Um, People could look out for a project I got coming soon with Gaines called Pineapples and Kush.
Awesome.
Little spin off from we was influenced by Wiz, you know, the Kush and Orange Juice era. But we gonna do something like that, little kind of fun, pimped out type of vibe. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Jazzy, but our style though. We can also look forward to I'm working on my album right now, my first real this
Full
is my
project.
baby, my
Yeah.
debut, like a full. I'm gonna give y'all what I got with this one. It's we call Route 33.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
it's to just my story. I'm from Buffalo. I love my city. It's gonna be story from the Yellow Man.
Yellow
You
Man.
know.
Yellow Man. Man, I think that's a perfect ending right there. You know, you're really showing people what you can do. It's always exciting to see what, you know, what music you make. So shout out to Auragino, man. Give a round of applause for him.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you guys. We're gonna take a little break and then I think we're gonna start with the music.